Hey guys, I have teamed up with my friends over at California Ripe Olives to bring you a pretty spectacular recipe just in time for the big game coming up in a couple of days. We are making Italian nachos. Now these aren't just any nachos. We are actually going to be making fried pasta chips, which are going to make a spectacular base for our nachos. And so to start, I have cooked about 1 pound of lasagna noodles in some salted water, and then I cut them into roughly like chip size. And I'm gonna place those into a bowl. And if any of them are stuck together, like I have some here, go ahead and pull them apart. You wanna make sure that all the sides of them are exposed. To the pasta, I'm going to add some flour and give them a good mix. Get in there with your hands. The flour is going to absorb any extra moisture in there and make sure they get really nice and crispy. I'm gonna take an egg, crack it into a bowl, some heavy cream, and some water. And give that a nice little whisk. And we're gonna pour this over our noodles that we've covered with flour. I'm just gonna create a little bit of a batter. Give it a little bit of a stir. Lasagna noodles are pretty sturdy, so you don't have to be too careful. Just try not to break them up because you want some nice big pieces for chips. Now I find that this part gets a little bit messy, but it's best to use your hands. It works the best. So I have about 1.5 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs. Mine are like a garlic and herb flavor. Whatever flavor you want to use, pour those right over your pasta and then stir them with your hands until all the pieces are coated. All right, I have about 1 inch or so of oil heating up in my cast iron skillet. You want your oil to be about 375-ish. And then you can start adding in your chips. Fry them in batches until they are golden brown. Give them a flip every once in a while. Oh, I can start to smell them. They smell so good. When they are nice and golden brown on each side, I then take them out and put them on a lined plate with paper towels to absorb some of that excess oil. Once your chips come out of the oil, make sure to hit them with a little bit of salt. And let's move on to our Alfredo sauce for our nachos. All right, this is about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm gonna add a clove of garlic and let that simmer away for a minute just to get some of that flavor out. Then have about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna add right in there. And I love Alfredo sauce. I mean, who doesn't love Alfredo sauce? Let's be honest. But I love Alfredo sauce because of how easy and simple it is. There's a lot of recipes that overcomplicate it with cream cheese and flour and milk. The best Alfredo sauce is butter, garlic, cream, and cheese, and that's it. The cream will thicken on its own as it simmers, and the cheese will give it some thickness as well. You're looking for it to be just thick enough to coat the back of your spatula, and then you can add the cheese. Once it's nice and smooth and thick, add in a little bit of salt and some black pepper. And now for the fun part, we get to assemble these bad boys. Let's take some of these gorgeous chips that we've made. We're gonna top it with this Alfredo sauce. And then for toppings, we have some beautiful California ripe olives. I cut them in quarters lengthwise, and I'm using both green and black. I also have some sliced sweet cherry peppers. These look spicy, but they're really not. They're nice and sweet. I have some shredded rotisserie chicken. I'm gonna put a little bit more Alfredo sauce right over that chicken. I have some tomato, a little bit of green onion, and some chopped parsley. Oh, does anything look better than this, you guys? I am so excited to dig in. Let's grab this. I hate eating on camera, but I'm gonna do it anyway. They're messy, but they're good. All right. Thanks so much for making these Italian nachos with me today, featuring California ripe olives. I sure hope you give them a go. They are delicious. Make sure to comment, like, and follow this video so you can see more recipes from me. The full recipe for these Italian nachos are up on the blog at heatherlikesfood.com. See you guys next time.